Monokuma appeared and announced the start of the killing game.
A killing game.
A killing game?
What the hell?
Yeah, a killing game. You don't need to repeat those words.
No. What did you mean, like, that we have to kill each other?
That's what it sounds like.
Nagito is smart. He immediately understood everything, unlike Hajime. So you can get started or you will never leave this island.
Start. Start what?
Damn, Nagito, can you explain to this short-sighted guy that he needs to start in the killing game?
Ah, of course. Basically, we have to kill someone to get out of here. And then, we have a class trial where we guess who the killer is. If we get it wrong, only the killer will escape and all of us will perish.
Wait. We have to kill each other to escape?
Yes.
No. Is there no other way?
Well, there is a way for everybody to win. If during a class trial, everyone successfully votes for the killer, then instead of the killer escaping, the killer will perish. That means that the trial is like a gamble. If you can correctly guess the killer, then the killer will be executed, but in the case that you don't, the killer will escape, and the rest of you will perish.
I can't do that. I won't kill anyone.
This is bullshit. We have no other option.
Oh, there's actually one way. Someone needs to kick Hajime in the balls.
Really?
What? Why?
Because you're asking too many questions. Nagito, would you do the honors?
Of course.
AAGH.
What the hell?
Why would you listen to him? I can't feel my balls.
It's because I stole them while you weren't looking.
What? What do you mean you stole them? What am I supposed to tell Chiaki?
I don't know, it's not my problem.
How is it not your problem? You're the one that stole my nuts.
Come on, look on the bright side. At least there will be fewer people in the world who ask stupid questions like you.
That's not a bright side. I want my balls back.
Too bad, because Teru made scrambled eggs out of them. Ha ha ha.
He did what? What was I supposed to do? You took them when I was distracted.
Well, Nagito didn't let me steal his balls. Take his example.
And what am I supposed to do now? Have no balls for the rest of my life?
Yes, and it seems to me that you are overreacting.
I'm overreacting? Some crazy dude just stole my balls.
Yeah, dude, you're king to overreacting.
How? This is a completely normal reaction to having your balls stolen.
That's it, I'm tired of this conversation. Go make some kills to get off this island.
God, that goddamn black and white bastard.
I still don't have my balls. This is bullshit. I'm never going to get my balls back.
Quit whining, stop being such a baby.
But my balls.
You're never getting those things back. Except hit.
You know, things could be worse. For example, we could be kidnapped to an island and forced to kill each other. Oh wait, that's exactly what happened.
Really? There's no need to remind me of the situation we're in. You don't think someone actually going to try to kill us, do you?
Of course they will. It's a logical thing for them to do.
Are you saying that it's logical to kill each other?
Of course it is. Isn't it obvious? There's a chance that someone will kill another person on this island in an attempt to escape.
That's not true. You're just saying that because you're paranoid.
Paranoid? Me? Come on, don't kid yourself. Everyone here is going to try to kill someone to escape.
But how do we know that? For all you know, no one is even thinking about killing.
It's only a matter of time. I wouldn't be surprised if someone tried to kill today.
Today? You mean that someone is going to try to do it today?
Absolutely. At some point, one of us will get tired of not being able to get off this island. Eventually, one of us will snap and try to escape, and end up killing in the process.
There's no way. At least some of us would be sane enough to not kill. What the hell?
He's dead.
I can see that, but who killed him?
Sonia Nevermind.
Sonia? You're saying that Sonia killed him? That doesn't make sense. How can someone so kind and sweet like her become a killer?
Well, if you weren't crying about your eggs being stolen, you would have noticed that Sonia walked away with Nekomaru while Teru was cooking your eggs.
Wait, so that means that she had an opportunity to kill him. A class trial. So that means that we have to find out who killed Nekomaru.
Hajime, are you stupid? I already told you that Nekomaru was killed by Sonia. We don't need to find anything.
I know what you said, but that doesn't mean it's true. She could have been framed.
No, this is 100% true, because I saw her do it.
You saw? And you didn't stop her?
There was nothing I could do, the deed was already done. I mean, it's extremely lucky that I was the one to see it. Isn't it great to have a front row ticket to watch a murder take place?
No, you have such a sick mindset. It's not good to watch a murder take place.
Hey, what are you doing here? Are you kissing?
We weren't
Yes,
kissing.
we are.
No, we weren't.
I was joking, Hajime. Let's go to class trial.
Side whatever, let's just get this over with.
Okay guys, it was Sonia.
You lucky son of a bitch. Why did you tell them that?
Well, we solved the case. Let's get this over with quickly because I want to go get some bagels.
Geez, you didn't even need a trial to figure out who the killer was. That's kind of boring. Whatever, let's end this quickly. Begin voting. Yup, every vote was for Sonia Nevermind. She is without a doubt the killer. Well, this seems very much like an open and shut case. Let's get right to the exciting part, the punishment. I've prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate princess. It's punishment time.
Wait, what is the punishment? What are you going to do to her?
Hajime, are you stupid? Obviously he will kill her.
I know that. I'm just wondering what the exact way she's being killed is.
Well, wait a couple of seconds and you'll find out. You're stopping me from eating popcorn. Boo, Monokuma, what the hell? Where's the blood? Where are the guts? And you remake it with censorship turned off. It's like a killing game here.
Alright, no need to throw popcorn. Geez, you guys are never satisfied. I'll turn the censor off for you. Alright, now you'll be able to see everything in full detail. You're welcome. Get ready to see Ultimate Princess Sonia Nevermind's beautiful punishment. She's going to be executed in the most exciting way possible.
Now that a class trial took place, who knows what kind of thing will happen next? Tired sigh. Well, there's no point in just standing around. I might as well go check on the others. What? It can't be. What are you doing here?
It appears that we have a new corpse on our hands. And it looks like you're the killer and I caught you right in the act of murder.
What? You think that I'm the killer?
Well, yes, you stood by the corpse, so it makes sense that you are a murderer.
You can't just assume I'm the killer because I was standing near the body. That's stupid.
Calm down, I was just joking. It was actually Gundam who killed him. I saw him and Kazuchi arguing over Sonia's death and they entered this building.
Gundam? Why was he fighting with Kazuchi?
I already told you why.
Oh, right. I forgot. But do you know where Gundam is right now?
He was executed at the class trial while we were talking.
Wait, you mean there was another class trial? Why didn't anyone wake me up?
Because you're a stupid normie, haha.
Hey, don't call me a normie. Okay, fine. I'll admit I feel a bit stupid for sleeping through an entire class trial, but there's no need for name calling. Whatever, so how did the trial go? Who found out that Gundam committed the murder?
It was me. I told you that I saw them fight and go into this building.
Right. Sorry, I forgot. I just want to know if there was any proof that Gundam committed the murder? Or was it just your intuition that told you he was guilty?
Why do we need proof if I have luck?
Wait, you're serious? You really think that your ultimate good luck is enough to decide who's guilty?
Well, it worked last time and now.
But don't you think that making that decision by yourself is a bit irresponsible? I mean, there was no definite proof that Gundam killed Kazuchi.
Well, as expected from a talentless normie.
You really think that having a talent makes someone a better person? Huh? You need to stop putting yourself above others just because you're the ultimate lucky student.
Seriously, do you think you can solve the next case without my help?
Hajime got fed up with Nagito's superiority complex.
You really think that you're the only one who's capable of figuring stuff out? What do you take me for, a brainless idiot?
Yes.
Hajime was getting quite annoyed by this point. He was tired of Nagito's constant insults and name-calling.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done with you and your constant insults against me. I'm not dealing with your superiority complex anymore. I'll try to solve the next case by myself.
Okay, then go to the dining room. There are the corpses of Mahiru and Pico.
Wait, what? There's more than one corpse in the dining hall?
Yeah, good luck finding out who the killer is.
Hajime was shocked after hearing this. He still hoped that it was some kind of trick by Nagito, but he knew better.
Seriously? 2 more people are dead?
Hajime arrived at the class trial room, dreading the fact that he was gonna have to find out who killed 2 people. Welcome everyone to a new class trial. This one is gonna be quite special, since we're dealing with 2 people who've died instead of just 1.
Come on, Hajime, you're so smart here, so solve it.
Fine, I'll try, but I won't be as good at this as you, our ultimate lucky student.
How formal of you, Mr. Ultimate Normie.
Hajime rolled his eyes at Nagito's sarcastic comment. He really wanted to just punch him in the face, but he knew that it wouldn't do any good.
Okay, yeah, very funny. Let's just try and find out who the victims are. After thinking a bit, I'm sure the first victim is Mahiru Koizumi. As for the second victim, I think it's probably Pico Picornama. Now that I have a good idea of who the victims are, we should try to discuss the crime scene and find clues pointing to the killer.
We already know this. Monokuma even told us the names of the victims.
The victims were Pico and Mahiru.
Right, I'm an idiot. I wasn't actually thinking about that. We can skip this part.
Yes, come on faster, so far things are not going well for you.
Fine, whatever. So then, what should our next step be? Should we investigate the scene of the crime first? Well, to start things off, there was a pretty obvious sign of a struggle on the floor in the dining hall. There's even some blood on the floor, so it seems that the 2 victims were taken by surprise and fought with their killer. Not only was there a struggle, there was also a lot of clutter on the floor of the dining hall, including shattered glasses and spilled soup. It's hard to tell if they're just random, or if they are hinting us towards the direction of the culprit. Obviously, they mean that the struggle we found signs of earlier was a physical fight, rather than an argument. The glasses and the soup were knocked off the table due to the fight, and the shattered glass and spilled soup is what caused the blood stain on the floor. The fact that there's both spilled soup and shattered glass on the floor makes me believe that this was most likely an unexpected assault. This could possibly be due to the attacker being desperate and not wanting to get caught, which could mean that the attacker didn't really have a solid plan in mind to do this. If this was an attack of desperation, it's safe to assume that a strong emotional motive was driving the attacker to do such a thing. Perhaps they were acting out in blind anger, or maybe they just wanted to get rid of the victims because they thought it was their only option. Well, unfortunately this doesn't help us narrow down the list of suspects. The only real thing we can do is hope that we find something more concrete in the other places that were involved in this case. Obviously, since there were shattered glasses and spilled soup in the dining hall, something must have caused the glass to shatter and the soup to spill. The kitchen and the garbage room will probably have more signs of how this happened.
By the way, I was in the trash room all this time, since I live there, so I know what happened and who the killer is.
Wait, what? How do you know that? Why didn't you say anything about it until now?
Because Smarty Pants Hajime said he could find the killer without my help, so go ahead, detective.
Okay, fine, I'll keep going. So we know that we'll have to check out the garbage room and the kitchen to get more clues about this case. But first, I think it's important to discuss who might have had a motive to murder the victims. Since 2 people have died in this case, there should be 2 separate motives, one for each person. However, I believe that the 2 motives could have been related in some way. One of the victims was Mahiru Koizumi. From what I remember, she was a very kind girl, which is why it surprises me that she could have gotten on someone's bad side. But perhaps we should think about who could have been upset with her. There could be someone who was envious of her, or had a grudge against her, or something like that. The other victim was Piko Picoloma. She was a very quiet girl, and I don't remember ever talking to her. The fact that such a quiet person was murdered leads me to believe that someone planned to murder her in advance. The attacker obviously would have had to have a very specific reason to murder Piko. Perhaps it was due to a personal grudge, or a revenge motive, or even some random hate crime. As I said before, Mahiru was a very kind person. She cared deeply for her friends, and wanted to help those around her. That kind of attitude could lead to someone being envious of her, or just plain resentful of her. Perhaps someone was so annoyed by her that they saw her as an obstacle, so they wanted to get rid of her. I think the attacker was someone who was jealous of Mahiru. Her caring attitude and friendly nature could easily cause someone to get jealous. And, considering that Piko was an innocent victim, her killer must have felt strongly enough about Mahiru to murder Piko as well. The only person I can think of right now who could have been jealous of Mahiru is Hyoko Seonji.
Wrong, Hyoko is friends with Mahiru and would not kill her, right, Hyoko?
Of course I wouldn't kill Mahiru. I cared a lot about her, and she was a good friend of mine.
Well, Normie, you screwed up again.
Well, if it's not Hyoko, that it could be someone else. There's still plenty of people in the room with us who could have had a grudge against Mahiru.
Do you even consider the possibility that the killer might already be dead?
I guess I hadn't considered that, to be honest. So you're saying that the killer might have committed suicide?
It's up to you to decide, because I shouldn't help you at all, since you wanted to investigate this case yourself.
Right, I forgot about you. Look, yes, I wanted to solve this alone, but right now that's not working out, okay? I honestly have no idea who the killer is and I need your help.
Okay, I'll help, but you have to admit that I'm the only one who's capable of figuring stuff out and that you're brainless idiot.
Sighed loudly. Fine, Nagito. I admit it, you're the smart one and I'm the brainless idiot. Now, please just help with this case.
Haha, okay, I was in the trash room, so I saw Mahiru kill Piko. And then herself, so Mahiru is the killer.
Wait, what? Mahiru killed Piko, and then, killed herself?
Yes, such despair, but it is what it is.
Seriously? Are you sure that you saw this actually happen?
Bliat, you moron, I told you that I was in the trash room and saw everything.
Right, you were in the garbage room and saw everything. And you're saying that you actually saw Mahiru kill Piko and then kill herself?
Yes, Monokuma, start voting.
Alrighty then. Are you guys all set to cast your votes? Wow, I'm so proud of all of you for getting the criminal correct, not that it was a surprise, though.
Well, Hajime, you sucked at the trial without me.
Hajime was still annoyed by the fact that Nagito was so much smarter than everyone else in the class.
Yeah, you're a genius and I'm an idiot. Are we done yet?
Yes, let's get out of here already.
Hajime was relieved to just relax again. He didn't enjoy trials, especially the second one, where he had to be outsmarted by Nagito multiple times. He headed back to his cabin and sat down to think about the trial. Hajime spent most of the evening just thinking about the trial, especially the part where Mahiru supposedly killed Pico and then herself. It seemed so unusual, and he couldn't quite understand how somebody sweet like Mahiru could end up doing something like that. Hajime was so lost in thought that it was hard to think about anything else. He stayed up late, thinking about the motive of murder, and why Mahiru and Pico had to die. There was a knock on the door. Hajime was a bit startled, and stopped thinking for a moment. He slowly got up and went to answer the door. Hajime looked outside to see who would be visiting him at that hour. Hajime's eyes widened when he saw who was outside. It was none other than Nagito. Hajime tried to stay calm even though he was annoyed at having his thoughts interrupted.
Nagito? What are you doing here? It's kinda late. Whatever it is you're here for, just make it quick and be quiet. I don't want you to wake up the rest of the cabin tenants.
Whom? You live alone. Mikan was killed while you were sleeping.
Wait, what? You mean Mikan was killed while I was asleep?
Yes, but I pointed my finger at the sky and guessed that Byakuya did it and he was executed.
You seriously just guessed and you were right? How the hell are you so lucky, Nagito? Listen, it's pretty late and I was trying to relax a little before dealing with anything else. I don't mean to sound rude, but why are you here?
Just to say you're a useless normie. Good night.
Why does talking to him always feel so exhausting? He said to himself, before going to sleep.
Fuyuhiko, open up.
The hell do you want? It's late.
Let's go kill Hyoko.
You want to kill Hyoko? Why the hell would I agree to that?
Because Pico died because of Mahiru, and Mahiru killed her because of Hyoko, so you need to avenge her.
Alright, fine. What's the plan to kill Hyoko?
We go to her house and kill with this knife.
So, let's go kill Hyoko, right? Jesus, that was loud. I hope we didn't wake anyone up.
W, what the hell? What are you guys doing here? W, wait, please don't kill me. I haven't done anything wrong, please.
There. Now there's been justice for Pico.
Cool, let's get out of here before they catch us.
Good idea. We should get out of here before anyone finds us. What the hell are you doing here, you pervert?
Let's just kill him as a witness.
Yeah, you're probably right. There, just to make sure he doesn't rat us out.
Cool, now let's go home.
Yeah, you're right. We should get back to our cabins before anyone notices the murders.
Wow, you guys all look so annoyed to be here. Whatever, I guess I'll just say it. There's been another murder. Yep, you guys better get moving if you want to solve this case. Just find the culprit, or else you'll pay the price.
Ah, well, in general it was.
Cut the crap, Nagito. We all know you're about to say that you somehow guessed right. Don't even try to deny it, cause we all know you're just gonna get it right again.
Wow, 8 hours of sleep really improved your brain and you were able to guess the obvious for the first time.
Saido, shut up, you damn lucky bastard. We all know you probably already know who the murderer is, so why don't you just save us some time and say it?
Why don't you do it, Hajime?
Come on man, you're much better at this than I am. You pretty much know who the killer is every time, so just tell us and save us time.
Come on, try it. Maybe you're also an absolutely lucky student.
Hajime was getting a bit frustrated already, but he knew Nagito was probably not gonna tell him anything no matter what he said.
You're absolutely hopeless, you know that? Fine, I'll try to do this myself, but I swear, I'm gonna kick your ass if another murder happens and you somehow know everything. I think I have it. I think I figured out who the murderer is. I think the killer is Fuyuhiko.
Nahuya Sebe, this is the first time you've solved a case on your own, Hajime.
Nagito patted him on the shoulder. Hajime actually felt a bit proud that for once, he was able to figure out the murderer by himself.
Wow, For once you aren't being sarcastic, huh?
Hey everyone, before you all leave, I have something to say real quick. Namely, the identity of the traitor who has been among us all this time. In general, the traitor is me, ha 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 ha.
Wait, what? You're the traitor?
Think about it, how did I know who the killer was in each case?
So let me get this straight. You were the reason those victims were murdered in the first place?
But it doesn't matter, because even though I am a traitor, I am not the mastermind behind the organization of this killing game.
Wait, so you're telling me that you're the traitor, but not the one behind the killing game?
Yes, and you yourself know who the mastermind is.
Hajime thought to himself for a moment. Who was the one behind this whole thing? Who would want to put a group of high schoolers on an island and make them kill each other for the sake of entertainment? It made no sense to Hajime. After a few moments, he managed to get out a single name.
Junko Inoshima?
How the hell is that?
You don't know who Junko Inoshima is?
No.
God damn it, what world do you even live in? She's literally one of the most famous people around. How haven't you even heard of her? Just look her up and you'll see how famous she is.
But what does she have to do with it? I thought you would say Chiaki.
Chiaki? You're saying Chiaki's responsible for this game? That's insane.
Well, ask her, this is how the Wheel of Fate decided it.
Hajime was still skeptical about this. There was no way Chiaki could be the one behind the game, right? It had to be Junko. But just to be sure, he asked her anyways.
Hey, Chiaki?
Hectometers. You wanted to ask me something.
UHH. This may sound a bit crazy, but are you the one behind this killing game?
Wait, me? Why would you think that?
Damn it, stop pretending. This is the end of the game. I want to go home. I am a traitor, you are a mastermind, and Hajime is a normie, whom you broke up with because Monokuma stole his balls.
Side or right, I guess there's no point in hiding it anymore. I am the game master, you got me.
So, Hajime, how does it feel to find out that your girlfriend stole your balls?
Hajime was absolutely flabbergasted. He couldn't believe this. The entire time, it had been his girlfriend who was behind the killing game. But he was still stuck on one thing.
Hold on, what do you mean about my balls?
Have you forgotten, Monokuma stole your balls at the very beginning of the game?
Oh yeah, I remember he did that. But why would he do that in the first place?
Chiaki, explain to him, after all, you are behind it.
All right, I'll explain it. The reason I stole your balls is because I needed a way to give a motive to start the killing game. What better way to make someone start a killing game than to literally rip off their balls? And since you were the one I loved the most, I thought that making you do this trial to get your balls back would be enough motivation to get everyone to kill.
Hajime was speechless. He couldn't believe his girlfriend had done this to him, as well as the rest of the students. All this time, she was the one making them go through all this, all for the sake of entertainment.
But wait, why? Why would you do all this just for entertainment?
No, Hajime. This was necessary for you to understand.
Nagito took Hajime's hands.
What do you mean by that? Understand what?
Understand that women are treacherous creatures who will steal not only your money, but also your balls.
Hajime suddenly felt really frustrated now, to the point where he almost wanted to pull away from Nagito's grip.
Wait a minute, don't you dare say that all women are like that. Not all women are going to steal your balls, what are you talking about?
True, not all, but why take the risk when there is a safe alternative?
Hajime then realized what Nagito is getting at. Is he actually implying that he should get with a dude?
Wait, don't tell me you're implying that I should.
Yes, Hajime, you got it right. We set up this murderous game to get you to this conclusion.
Hajime suddenly felt a slight sense of panic. Did Nagito want him to go gay, even after he was just in a relationship with Chiaki?
No, you can't be serious. I'm not into guys. I'm straight.
Well, the internet doesn't think so, and neither does half of Danganronpa pornography.
Hajime was in disbelief. Are you telling him that the internet ships him with other dudes?
Hold on. How do you know that?
I checked. This is the reason why I went crazy.
Hajime suddenly felt like he needed to check the internet to see if that's true.
Wait, but what did you even see that made you go insane?
Kamahina.
Hajime suddenly froze. The internet ships him with Nagito out of all people?
Wait, are you serious? People ship Emmy and you.
Yes, and you can't escape, because this is fate in canon.
Hajime was trying to comprehend everything. He just had his balls taken by his girlfriend, only to find out that half of the internet ships him with a crazy terrorist, and it's supposed to be canon. What the hell was happening?
How can you be so sure it's canon?
Because Monokuma not only stole your balls, but also your heterosexuality, so now you're gay, Hajime.
But I was still attracted to Chiaki the entire time. I'm not suddenly gay.
Are you serious? She's the reason your balls and orientation were stolen and why you can't feel attraction because you don't have balls.
Hajime was speechless. He suddenly started to feel very uncomfortable as he was still stuck in Nagito's grip, and now he's being told that his own girlfriend screwed him over in the worst way possible, including ruining his sexuality.
Wait, you're seriously telling me that Chiaki actually screwed me over? Even her?
Well, she just lost to me in a bet and I forced her to organize the whole thing, plus she's a lesbian and was your girlfriend just so we could get together.
Hajime was shocked to find out that all this time, Chiaki was actually a lesbian. He started to wonder why the hell she was even dating him in the first place.
But then, why the hell was she even dating me if she's a lesbian?
Okay, I'm tired. Well, what do we do next, Chiaki?
Chiaki still stood in silence, watching as Hajime laid on the floor.
Come on, you're definitely a remnant of despair or something, so you've seen something like this before.
Sighed. Well, I've seen a lot of death, so seeing Hajime on the floor doesn't shock me that much.
Cool, so what are we going to do next?
Well, I have an idea. I was thinking, since we have nothing else to do, maybe we could,
Chiaki suddenly looked nervous, as if embarrassed to say what she's about to say next.
Well, what then? I won't refuse you anyway.
Chiaki took a few moments to try and calm herself, her face turning slightly red.
Are you sure you'll like what I'm about to say?
You're definitely trolling me, so of course I'm sure.
Chiaki's blush started to turn a little redder as she suddenly built up the courage to say what she wanted. Chiaki took a deep breath before saying,
Oh, okay then, Nagito, can you kiss me?
Oh, well, okay, go ahead. I think this is great character development.
Nagito leaned down and kissed Chiaki while the sunset was in the background. Chiaki could feel herself getting more flustered as Nagito suddenly started passionately making out with her. She wrapped her arms around his shoulders as she enjoyed his embrace, the sun finally setting over the horizon.
And that's how I met your mother.
Dad, you two kissed after you freaking shot a dude in the face. How in the world is that love?
We also staged a killing game where 11 people died, don't forget.
Oh yeah, you're right. You basically screwed a bunch of people over by making them kill each other. What in the world is wrong with you two?
Go to bed if you don't want to end up in a protein shake.
Hey, so, how did the talk with the kids go?
Well, as always. I have a question for you. Breaking the fourth wall, why almost all of your dialogues look like people in this chat are engaged in some kind of dating simulator with you, which is why all your dialogues are of a vulgar nature.
I'm not sure myself, to be honest. I guess it's just part of the appeal of the character I'm playing, a cute, innocent-looking girl with a slightly perverted side to her. Is that what attracts all these men to me? Wait a minute, if being an innocent-looking girl who can be perverted sometimes is what attracts men, does that mean I'm the ultimate waifu?